What's up, guys? Barcode here. I was asked to make some videos, and why not? This is going to be pretty much a free-to-play channel, because whales don't need help, do they? I don't think so. So let's get started. First of all, this is Heir of Light. This is a great, beautiful game. Some people say it's a copy of Summoner's War. Well, if you go to the Game Evil website, it practically is a Summoner's War copy because Com2Us is partnered with Game Evil and they help develop this game. So please, yes, it is Summoner's War. It's like Summoner's War 2, but let's get over that. It's a new game. It's graphically better, more fun. If you like King's Raid, if you like Summoner's War, this is pretty much a combination of the two. It's a great game. I love it. I quit Summoner's War after 3.5 years. And I pretty much focus on this now. So this video is going to be pretty much a daily, weekly routine of what I do. I'll give you some hints and tips and tricks that I've seen, some common misconceptions about the game and what is forgotten easily. I've learned that through my personal experience and through others. So let's get started. First thing I always check in the day, pretty much every hour, is the black market right down here. Sometimes it drops great runes, sometimes it drops twilight summoning pieces, which is the light and dark summoning pieces if you refer to Summoner's War. So you always want to check the shop. They definitely have some good stuff. Let's go into element upgrades. A lot of people forget to do this daily, which you can do it daily. The first one is guaranteed upgrade. A lot of people have stated that the first guaranteed upgrade has failed for them. It's never happened to me, but I take people's word for it because this is a new game. It's only been out 2 weeks and there is bugs. So you get 5 chances. It goes from guaranteed, high, medium, low. I have had it hit on low before, but again, it's a low chance. I will upgrade the rest, but that's pretty much it. You get fire, water, forest, and then light and dark is its own combined entity. Each level is for dark, so as you can see, it's free up until level 20. It'll be 2% for each, but for light and dark, it'll be 1% for each once you reach level 20, just so you know. Daily missions. So for free-to-play players, carrots are valuable, so you should definitely complete these every day while you can. You get 10 carrots, not much, but you know, it's better than 0. Pretty simple down the line. These are the daily missions, pretty simple down the line. Just complete them all and you get 10 carrots. Gives you a little bit of gold. The main thing is the EXP. Once you're not at, until you're max level, these are very important to level up. Thing to note, if you're close to leveling up and you have these quests to complete, you want to spend all your valor as quick as you can before you level up, because you're going to refresh all that valor and have full energy. So what I've been doing is, if I'm close to leveling, I will run Omen or the Magic Dungeon, which is low experience points, until I get all my valor finished, and then I'll collect these and get the experience, and then I'll level up and I'll have full valor. So just one tip to give you. Guild valor. So currently there's not much to guilds at this point. The thing you can do is you can train your monsters, get a little bit of experience without having them in a battle. That's really the only good thing about it. Once you train your servants with the instructors, for 5 instructors, 1 time, you'll be able to collect the reward, which is up here. It's 30 valor, so it's pretty much all you get from guilds right now, besides the chit-chat of guilds and building relationships with good people. So I'm currently in Donut Shop. A lot of you know me from channel 1, and you guys are the ones that recommended me to do some videos, so that is what I'm doing. Pretty helpful guy, I'm pretty stand-up. I'm not rude or too trolly. Sometimes I am, but it's all in good fun. So next I'm going to go into the shop. So the shop for free-to-play players, it's very important. You get 10 PvP flags per se, and you, even if you're low ranks and you can't compete, you still want to use them all. And my suggestion is just to use your one master and no servants. Keep them in your defense so it's an easy defense to hit, and then you'll hit lower people because you'll be a lower rank. But you want to spend all your wings even if you're not focusing on PvP content and building PvP monsters. You still want to get those honor points because each week you can get 2 skill buns, which are Devilmons in Summoner's War. 2 skill buns, and they're very important to skill up your Nat 4s, Nat 5s, etc. So that's something to look into. Another thing with PvP flags is your tower. So your tower defense, which you can get rewards from. If you go into tower settings to your defense, so here's your defense here. You can upgrade your tower levels, such as I have. I have a level 3 HP tower, and each time the level goes up, it costs more. So to get to level 4, it's 660, I think. You know, level 3 is 440. Level 2 is 320, and the first level is 220. So it's very important, even if you're not focused on PvP, to get those wings in. So let's go into Masters. I currently have 4. I'm about to unlock Sighed, whatever you want to pronounce it. I personally probably won't build him for a while, but a lot of things to think about with Masters. First, to start out with, when you start this game, if you haven't even started this game yet, you're gonna probably want to start with Bjorn or Mia. Mia is the healer, Bjorn is the fire DPS. So Mia is who I started with. It just helped things much more just with a heal in general. You can get 3-star healers, but then you're kind of wasting time because there's only really 1 or 2 or 3 good Nat 3 healers, and I'll go over that maybe in a different video. But for Masters, one thing to look into is your first Master should be a farmer fodder. So like in Summoner's War, you have a monster that you're linked to that people can use to farm monsters. You know, one huge buffed guy and to farm 3 fodder, so you can star up your monsters. Here you have to bring a monster to every battle, a master to every battle. So my recommendation, and who was my first 6-star master, was Bjorn. Bjorn's a great farmer fodder on Vampire. I fodder 3 fodder within like a minute and 20 seconds in Ballroom of Wind, stage 1-3 right now. So that would be my recommendation. You can farm with Psyche on Vampire, but range DPS tends to run to the back line and not attack when they get hit, and that can kind of slow down your run. So you want it to be as quick as possible. So that's what I did. I'm going to go into runes into a different video, but what I want to talk about right now is skills. So for Masters, one thing that is, from what I've been told, has always been forgotten is, you know, there's active skills, there's passive skills, but there's also PvE and PvP skills. So I learned this from personal experience, and I've been trying to help people realize that there is a different tab. So if you go into PvP, it's a whole completely different mindset in PvP. I know there's people out there that have 0 points spent in your PvP tab, so you're welcome. Now that I went over Masters, what I want to talk about, which is a highly debated topic that people don't understand, is combos. So combos, each master skill has a mark. These marks are a primary mark of a servant. Okay, so I have this little up arrow, swirly down arrow, and a pointy down arrow, okay, or star arrow, okay. Don't know what to call them, but whatever. So I'm going to go into one of my servants. Let me do a better example. It's who I use in PvE and PvP pretty much. So Ishmael has the down arrow. Okay, I'll just start with that. I mean, swirly down arrow, star down arrow, or up arrow, whatever. So we have the down arrow. Okay, that's his primary mark. Now, if we go into, say, Gretel, like Gretel, which I love anyway. What we have, you click on the ultimate. Primary mark is this up arrow right here. Secondary mark is this down arrow right here. Okay? So for a combo to work, this secondary mark here has to be the same as the this is the person alting first. The secondary mark needs to match the primary mark of the person who wants the combo after. So for example, Gretel does her ultimate with this mark. She has a secondary mark of this. Whatever servant has the secondary mark of this has a random chance to proc the double combo. So for example, here has this primary mark, which is the secondary mark of Gretel. So Gretel will ult. I'll get a random proc from Dark Dunkle Doggy, and then she will ult. I think it's a she. I'm gonna call her a she. It could be a he. I don't know. It's an it. It's a dog. Anyway, so that's how you get combos. You can get triple combos. So say a PvE team of Gretel and Dark Dog. This would be the second person ulting because I have it speed tuned to be like that. The secondary mark would have to be this up arrow, which for example I think somebody has. Well, anyway, but you can get a triple combo that way. You just need the third person to have a primary mark of the secondary mark of your second person. It's pretty confusing, right? But I hope that makes sense to you. How I have it currently, which I love, is I have a speed tune, so Gretel goes first, Dark Dog goes second, Gretel ults, get the double combo randomly and at a better percentage. She ults, raises the skill gauge of Gretel, so her ult's gonna come up quicker. But then what happens is the next turn, this Dark Dog will ult again because he has a full bar, and you see this secondary mark. Here's the primary. So sometimes I'll double combo again and get 2 ignored defenses very quickly. It's very funny at PvP and PvE it's pretty great too. Gretel's not ruined for PvE. She doesn't hit very hard in PvE. I have her on speed, and that's why I have a reason for that. So yeah, that is combos, and I hope that clears it up for you. Alright, some tips and tricks for you guys. For free-to-play players mainly. Carrot spending. No matter what anybody tells you in the chat, only save your carrots for energy and for XP boosters, which you can get in the shop. The most efficient one and carrots is the 3-day experience booster for 250. But like me, I do 100, but that's just my personal preference because I don't want to be farming. If I buy a 3-day booster, I'm going to be committed on farming 100% of the time. So that is not what I want to do. I want to spend a day in here and then spend a day in a different dungeon or something like that. Tip for you guys would be nat 4s. When you do summon and you do get lightning and you get a nat 4, you know, don't necessarily just feed it away if you think it's bad, for 2 reasons. One, in previous gacha games, you know, monsters get buffed, so if there is a bad servant, the servant might get buffed in the future. So at least always keep one. Me, I don't have a lot of luck with lightning. Whatever. In Summoner's War, I didn't either. I went through 100 Light and Dark Scrolls and got 0 lightning. So what can you do? So, but I build what I can. For example, like Gretel, she has a great skill kit, and I took a chance on building her. Dark Gotrop is another I'm building. So yeah, I build what the game gives me. But anyway, so lock it. If you get an nat 4 and you're not going to use it, and you don't have a duplicate of it, lock it, put it in your barracks. Okay, it's the best thing to do. You never know what'll happen, or if you get a different element of that servant and you want to use the other ones for skill ups, then you have that. So just one tip for you guys. So thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna do some videos in the future. My next video will probably be something like a servant tier, or runes, or PvP, or PvE. I haven't decided yet, but please like and subscribe. You know, comment down below any suggestions you have for videos or any questions. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Thanks for guys watching. I'm not going to have any gimmicky intros or exits. It's just going to be straight to the point, and hope to see you in game. See ya.